Welcome to a new market update, and as you can see, we are back in Amsterdam after 3 weeks of traveling to Dubai, Miami and Paris. In the meantime, the price of Bitcoin has been going down, in which we are having a very important level to watch. Is it time to start buying Bitcoin? I think it might be a good time. That's what we're going to do in this update, but before we're going to continue, make sure to subscribe beneath, like this YouTube update, and check me out on Twitter and Instagram. So today I've also got 5,000 fake followers on Instagram. So the one giving me that, thank you. I like it a lot. Lots of engagement, lots of exposure, massive. Now, when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin in itself, I think that the correction is quite standard. We dropped back into the range and we constructed a crucial level to hold on to, which is this entire area around 38 to 39k, because if we are losing this level, it seems very likely that we're going to sweep all those lows, and when we're sweeping all those lows, it's going to cascade south quite fast, and then I'm assuming we're going to hit sub 30k. We're going to cover that in the next chart update. Why is the market dropping down at this stage? Well, the markets are dropping down due to certain uncertainties in the markets, which are, for instance, Ukraine. The bombing in Lviv today is not really helping the risk on assets. And then second, we also still have got the hikes and the overall macroeconomic playing field that is shifting a lot. And if you check out the news, the world is turning or going crazy, in which there's no positive news at all. Which is all not suiting the markets overall in this stage, as there are so many question marks. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin in itself, I think that the crucial level is right now. If you want to hop into longs, this is the area that you should be looking at. And also if you're looking at some other altcoins, I think this is the area that you should be navigating to. So let's head towards the charts and discuss why I'm looking at longs at Bitcoin at this point. So looking at the price action of Bitcoin, it's quite clear. We're going to take a look at the high time frames first, in which we stated that we had that fake out above the range high, right? And then we started dropping back into the actual range. We have been doing that previously too, in which we have been sweeping some lows and we have been testing the lows overall too. So I just stated that if we're going to lose this crucial level at 38k, we're going to start nosediving. We've had it here too. We started losing this low and then we started to nosedive quite fast towards the next level. So if we clearly want to make ourselves or get ourselves into a higher low, you want to see it sustain in a way that you want to see this level hold, as otherwise we are sweeping all those lows here and most likely are going to grant ourselves a bullish divergence on higher time frames, in which we are going to get into this zone here and probably even test the level around 30k, which is still untested. So then I'll be looking at this zone here for longs, and then we probably are eager for continuation to the upside. So when we're looking at the daily time frame, we have been rejecting at 42k, which has creating ourselves that downwards move here too, and we're still in that range. So there are two scenarios at this point. First of all, we could be sweeping those lows, which we've just been stating, and then we're going to drop back towards 30k, sweeping all the lows that we have here, getting enough liquidity. We're going to get a squeeze here in the volumes too, and then we can start reversing. When we're looking at the second scenario, which is this level here, the second scenario is that we're holding up here, creating ourselves another higher low, and then we are eager for continuation on the upside. In that case, we should be bouncing within 2 days from now to get ourselves into a bullish divergence or bullish engulfing candle on this daily candle here, and then we are ready for more upwards momentum. Why am I saying this as a scenario? Well, we have been testing these in the previous times too, in which we have been testing the blocks that we had to hold on to and started moving back upwards. And in this case, if you're looking at the lower time frames, we can start doing the exact same as what we have been doing on the higher time frames. First of all, we've had this range that we have been acting in, right? So we have been acting within those two boundaries here, in which we have been dropping south. First, we've had a fake out, rejected, dropped back in the range, rejected previous resistance here again, and started nosediving, in which we have been sweeping the low here, which ultimately could lead towards a bullish divergence being created on a 4 hour. Nothing for certain yet, But given the fact that we are into a higher time frame support level, it seems very likely that we're going to reverse out of this stage, at least for some short-term upwards momentum, and especially if this sweep of the lows is not creating further downwards momentum. If you look at the previous times, sweeping the low and it just started to cascade south even more. Sweeping the low and it just cascades down some more. At this stage we have been sweeping the lows and it's actually bouncing back up, and therefore we could be arguing that there might be some momentum upwards to come instead of downwards, especially if the coming hours or the coming day the green candles are going to continue, and especially if it breaks back above 39.5k, as that is the crucial breaker. If it breaks above 39.5, we are going to take these highs here and we are going to get towards 42k quite fast, and that is where you're going to get that bullish engulfing candle, and then the trigger for continuation is going to happen even more. So that's what I'm looking at right now. If we're looking at the 1 hour time frame, it is still looking that we're making a fake out on the downside. So clearly, if we want to have upside at this point, we need to get ourselves above this 39.3 to 39.5. So nothing for certain yet. But overall, when we're looking at the price action, it seems likely that we're going to have ourselves a bounce from here, especially given that we are into higher time frame supports, that we're creating those divergences, making ourselves ready for continuation. Looking at the DXY, this one has a higher time frame bearish divergence. So if this one is going to drop south or is going to lose some levels from tomorrow, today trading is still mostly halted. But if there is going to be a downwards breakdown on this one, and now we also have a lower time frame bearish divergence on the DXY, that would be a trigger for continuation of Bitcoin upwards, especially if the DXY is going to turn. It's going to drop all the way back towards 99.7, and that is going to give at least some momentum for Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum against USDT, same view, higher time frame support, sweeping the lows. So these two are just a copycat. I think that everything is discussed on Bitcoin. I'm gonna enjoy the sun, don't do stupid shit. I'll be back tomorrow. Tonight I'll be at the Dev Connect event in Beursblind 5 at the stock exchange. Have a good day, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao.